everybody, how's it going? It's Jamie, Crafty DIY Guy, and I'm back. I have got some easy fall Dollar Tree DIY projects for you today that I'm super excited about. Not only are they fun, they're super affordable. And speaking of affordable, I am wearing a shirt today that I bought at Walmart. It was less than $8 brand new, and I absolutely love this shirt, and I want to tell you guys about it because I'm going to start doing some affordable finds on my channel. I think it's really important to just share great deals when you can find them, and this shirt for me is one of them. Not only is it super soft, I love the color for fall, I love the striping on it, but what I love about it too is that the striping ends here. That means this little tummy section down here is not highlighted and not striped. So it actually thins you out, which I really love. And I mean, come on, the shirt was less than $8. Anyway, if you've got a special someone that you want to buy something like this for, maybe you want to stock up before Christmas time, definitely check out the link in my description box below. All right, if you are one of my OGs, I call you guys my long-term subscribers, my long-term friends, my OGs, my old friends. Thank you so much for being here. I truly appreciate you being here and watching the channel and subscribing and being here. If you're brand new to the channel, thanks for checking it out. Hopefully you'll stick around and stay for a little while and you'll enjoy some videos. All right, guys, thanks so much. Let's get to the projects.
Okay everyone, for our first project we are going to be using one of these old Dollar Tree signs and some wood beads that I happen to have on hand from last year. The first thing I did was take my sign outside and just sand it down with my Ryobi mouse sander. I'll include that link below in case you're interested. Also, I'm using this white primer from Rust-Oleum. I'm just going to give the tray or the frame here just one covering. Then I'm going to take these oversized popsicle sticks and I'm going to trim them down so they fit within the frame, kind of like so. Since I have this one, I'm going to use this as my template, and I'm just going to mark off some of these sticks using my jumbo pencil from Dollar Tree. And then I'm going to take my Lineman Pliers and just trim away. After that, I did wax everything with some of that antiquing wax that I love so much. I think this one was from Craft Smart. And I'm just going to spread it literally on one side of those sticks all over until I have all of the sticks completely covered. Then I'm simply just going to hot glue them down. My side actually worked out perfectly. I didn't have to trim any of my sticks, so it actually worked out just fine. I was going to say perfectly again, but you know, how many times can you say perfect? Then for my letters, I didn't film this part, but I did take them outside and just give everything a spray of orange spray paint there. And then I used my heat gun to kind of help dry them a little bit. You can see they're still a little sticky, but that's okay. They're certainly a little bit brighter than I expected. I ran out of my other orange paint midway, but I'm going to make it work. I'm going to take one of these oversized popsicle sticks and just use this as a guide. And then I'm simply just going to glue those letters directly down. Now for my beads, I'm going to take them and also spray paint them that orange color. You can see they're a little bit brighter because it's a different color orange than the letters. So I am going to take a little bit of antiquing wax and try and kind of tone them down. For the actual hanger, I'm using those beads as that hanger, and I'm just going to stick them to the back kind of like so with some hot glue and just some extra pieces of popsicle sticks. This ends up holding this really well, and it works out good. I try and do this literally for almost every single project that I'm working on. I also wanted to give this a little bit of a, I don't know, a little zhuzh, we'll say. So I'm taking some raffia and just tying it in a simple bow like this. I'm twisting the bottom pieces here just so they kind of stay together a little bit better when I'm gluing it onto the bottom of my frame, as you see. And then you can see here that it's hanging on the door and that I've loosened up the bottom part of that bow or that ribbon made out of raffia. I really love the way this looks. I think it's very quintessential kind of fall and holidays and Thanksgiving, and I'm just really happy with the way it turned out. And for my next project, you're just going to need an oversized decorative bowl. You're going to add some garland from Dollar Tree. Also some of these velvet pumpkins. I grabbed 4 of them the last time I was out. Then we're going to grab some of these wood pieces from Dollar Tree. Who am I kidding? Those few won't work. And then also some of these raised candlesticks from Dollar Tree as well. I did grab 4 of these. And then the very last thing I grabbed were some white pumpkins from Hobby Lobby. And then I lied. I didn't have a last thing. There's one more thing, and that is these orange votives that I did pick up at Dollar Tree. So the first thing I'm going to do is add some of this foam into the bottom of my platter or my bowl here. It's pretty flat, so this is just going to help elevate the center. And then I'm literally going to take this garland and yes, I'm gluing it down to this metal bowl. It's not going to hurt it. And I'm just going to place this garland kind of on the outside of the bowl at first because I want to make sure that I have good coverage with all of this garland. So as you can see, I'm literally just kind of taking little pieces of leaves and the garland itself and just going all the way around the bowl. I love working with this garland, especially if I'm going to be doing a large floral arrangement of some kind. What the heck is a large? And I love this one too because it's got really cool acorns and just bright colored leaves. It's a lot of fun. Then I'm literally just adding more, and then I am going to add in some of those wood pieces. You can see that I'm also gluing those right on the edge of that bowl and just kind of spreading them out, just kind of creating, you know, like it's nature, like you're finding this out in the middle of the woods somewhere. Those wood pieces are kind of in the way, so I'm going to move them and kind of stack them up in the center and pull them off to the side. You can see here that I added another garland strand, kind of like so. And I'm literally just working around that center styrofoam piece that you see there. Once I've got it filled in really nicely, I am going to go ahead and place some of my pumpkins in. I'm just going to do the orange ones at first, and then I'm going to go through and play around with the placement and kind of figure out what I'm going to do with those candle holders. Now, the candle holders for the most part will fit pretty flat onto my surface, but I am going to, well, before the candles, I'm going to add in some of these white pumpkins that I grabbed from Hobby Lobby. I love these, and it was a good deal. It was 10 of them for $9, so it actually worked out really well for this particular project because they're still $1 each, and they do sell these white pumpkins at Dollar Tree, so you could easily replicate this. For those candlesticks, I did put a generous amount of hot glue on the bottom of them, and then I just kind of held them into place so that hot glue would harden, and then they stood actually upright. Depending on your bowl, you may have to play around with this a little bit more. Then I am just literally just kind of filling in more of that garland and just kind of spreading out those leaves and just kind of trying to cover up and fill in any holes. You can do this with miscellaneous pieces like I have here. And then you'll notice I'm still keeping that center styrofoam kind of open. And the reason why I'm doing that is because I'm going to actually place a very large pillar candle right in the middle there. And I happen to have this really great burgundy pillar candle that I've had literally forever. I think I snagged it at Pier 1 probably 10 years ago. And it's one of my favorite scents, and I love it so much. And once I'm done with that, I'm just going to kind of go through and fluff it a little bit more. Honestly, this isn't really a crazy difficult DIY. I am not a flower guy at all, but I love the way that this is turning out, and I love the integration of the wood pieces and everything with it. Then you see here, I'm just once again kind of filling in with some miscellaneous leaves, and I added those orange votives, and again, I really love the way this looks. I think it's super, super cute. And when it's all lit up, it's even more beautiful, and it's going to be the perfect centerpiece on my dining room table for this fall. And for my last project, I'm going to be using one of these kind of Mercury glass looking pumpkin candle holders that I grabbed at Dollar Tree. Also, I grabbed a bundle of these florals. I liked this particular one because it has this kind of burlap inset that I really like. Also, I grabbed some raffia and also 2 different types of Dollar Tree ribbon. I like both of these, but I think I'm going to go with this one here instead. First, I took some raffia and just cut it to fit around the top of that candle holder. But before I wrap that around, I am going to take my ribbon and just glue it around the top part of the candle holder like so. And then, as you can see, I tied it off into a little bow. I'm going to take all of my floral stems and just trim them down all the way to the base, making sure that they're as flat as possible. That way, when I glue everything onto the side of the candle holder, it will have a nice solid hold. And I'm just going to put it right in the middle of this raffia bow that you see here. For this next part, I'm just going to put a candle in it, light it up, and put it on the table. I love the way this looks, and I think it's very
perfect for my fall centerpiece.